This weekend, we're visiting Haines' one and only Bald Eagle Festival. That was so cool. This cozy little town is surrounded by stunning views and, of course, thousands of bald eagles gathering along the river. And we made it our mission to see 100 bald eagles before we leave. Except we leave in 2 days. After taking the ferry over from Juneau, the cheapest and most reliable option, especially in case of bad weather, we eventually arrived at the visitor center that welcomed all festival guests with the cutest little goodie bag before checking into our hotel, which we'll show you guys later, for the entire Bald Eagle Festival weekend.
We made it to Haines, Alaska.
Welcome to Haines. We ended up making our way to a local cafe. We got the Reuben and the French dip, and I kid you not, they were some of the best sandwiches I've ever had. Since then, we've hopped on board the shuttle.
It's pretty warm compared to Anchorage has been below freezing the last week.
And made our way to the Chilkat Bald Eagle Preserve, and we're keeping our fingers crossed for some bald eagles. We've actually seen quite a few on the way here. You see any eagles?
We saw a couple eagles way out there.
Ah, there's actually quite a few. They're just really far out. There were a few there, not very close though, so we're gonna head to the next spot.
I saw 5 or 6, but with my new glasses, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to see them.
Remember when I told you guys that Tyler needed new glasses? Tell Tyler in the comments to go get his eyes checked because he won't listen to me.
I can see way further.
Stop number 2 puts us a lot closer to the river here. We've spotted our first eagle. He's right across the river and he's eating this giant salmon. He's probably the biggest eagle I've ever seen. That was so cool. We actually made our way back into town for our third stop, which was at the Sheldon Museum. They're unveiling a new exhibit. Tyler got to pretend to be an eagle. And now, to kill some time before the opening ceremony, we're gonna go check out their Haines First Friday, which is like a little walk through downtown, go support some local businesses, and do some shopping. Us shopping, yeah, that didn't last very long. We did go to the opening ceremony last night. Turned out it was a bit more of a lecture style. They had an incredible spread of food, which was delicious. Of course, we also had to stop and get pizza for Tyler. And this morning, we're actually headed out to the preserve pretty early. We're hoping to see a few more eagles than we did yesterday, so we're keeping our fingers crossed.
It's an experience. It is.
Good morning.
So we made it to our first stop of the day, and we've had a little more luck than yesterday. We've already seen a couple eagles up close and then a lot of eagles in the distance.
Plus, we saw a ton of them on the way here.
Compared to yesterday, so it's already starting off. Fingers crossed we even see some more. So while we're watching 3 eagles in a tree, I look down and I don't want to scare Deborah, but there's some old bear prints in the sand. Pretty cool.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. I have no idea where we are in relation to our 100 eagles goal. But we are going to walk. You probably just saw the shuttle go by. We are going to walk to the next stop today. She said it's under a mile. It's really easy. And hopefully we'll be able to continue seeing some eagles up close. During our first full day of eagle viewing, our shuttle guide gave us a little bit of a reality check. Because the weather's generally been getting warmer in November due to global warming, the usual migration patterns of the bald eagles are also changing. Other parts of Alaska and the Yukon haven't fully frozen yet, which means the eagles have way more places to hunt still, and fewer are gathering here in the Bald Eagle Preserve than in years past. But to be honest, even with the smaller numbers, we still ended up seeing way more eagles than we expected. And honestly, seeing them so close was incredible. Towards the end of our first few stops, one of the other guests even spotted some mountain goats way up on the mountainside.
We were in the bus and they heard there was a bear, so we came back. We don't see it, but the people that did see it said it just went on the other side of the river. So crossing our fingers that it comes back to eat some more salmon. But we have a lot of eagles around here right now, so it's pretty cool.
While we waited for the bear to hopefully reappear, we kept our eyes on the eagles. We probably could have watched them all day long. They were so alert, literally always scanning the river or their surroundings. Every little while, ones would take off into the air, climbing higher and higher until it felt like they were just a dot. Sometimes they were barely even flapping their wings. And then, finally, the brown bear popped out of the trees. We only saw him for a moment before he slipped back into the bushes, but it was just enough to ruffle the few eagles that he was sharing his space with. Hands down, one of the coolest moments of our trip so far. We had an incredible morning. Now we stopped in town. We stopped at the mountain market. We got a whole smorgasbord of like paninis and cookies and all sorts of goodies. And we're heading back out now to the other side of the river so we can get a different vantage point and hopefully make it closer to our goal of seeing 100 bald eagles. Unfortunately, we didn't end up seeing any more eagles yesterday afternoon. We did make it to two really beautiful state recreation areas right around Haines here. And we even got to make it to a few more of the Bald Eagle Festival events around town. We got to see the Chilkat dancers, which was incredible. And we made our way to the local Chit Chat Cafe hosted by the Chilkat Center for the Arts. It was so much fun hearing people's bird stories.
Let's all try the chorus. Is everybody ready? Bird, bird, bird. The bird is the word. Don't, just once.
It ended up being $7 per person for the event, which was at 7 p.m. There were 7 locals who got up and told stories about different bird encounters they had that were each 7 minutes long. So it was really fun. We got to meet some locals and just hang out. But the bad news is that if you've noticed behind me, We're completely snowed out. It is so cloudy. We're hoping that we'll be able to make it to the Bald Eagle Preserve today. I don't know, it's quite a bit of snow, but we'll see. Before we check out for the day, I thought I would show you our room. We're staying at the Captain's Choice Hotel. Tyler.
What?
Do you think that's a coincidence?
What? Captain, I bet it's not.
It typically has a really good view of the inlet here, but you obviously can't see that right now, so we'll go inside. Maybe. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
This is our room. Very simple, cozy. We've got all the things we need, and bathroom in that back corner over there. Yeah, so I would recommend. Do you think we'll be able to make it to the Bald Eagle Preserve?
I do not have a good feeling that we'll be able to make it. It is really snowing.
Turns out Tyler was right. We weren't able to make it out to the Bald Eagle Preserve, so we stopped by the local pancake feed instead. Since we last checked in, we have a bit more bad news. The first is that one of the 2 shuttles we've been using all weekend broke down last night. And the second is that there's actually a tree down on the road to the Bald Eagle Preserve, so we can't go out there at all today. Which means we're definitely not gonna meet our goal of 100 bald eagles in one weekend. However, I think if we would have been able to go out today, we would have met it no problem, but instead we ended up making a stop at the Hammer Museum. We came to the Raptor Center, saw an owl and some eagles up close, and now we are on our way to the official closing ceremony of the Bald Eagle Festival.
I first want to thank the Eagle, folks behind the Eagle Festival, the Haines Visitor Center, and the Eagle Foundation, and all the other groups that participated to make this festival a success.